Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Taxes Simplified with AOTAX, your go to space for clarity, confidence, and maybe a few laughs while talking about taxes. I'm Tejaswini, here to ask all those questions that you've probably Googled at 11 pm right before a tax season deadline.
And I'm Muzaffar from AOTAX, the one who tries to ensure that those 11 pm searches don't end in panic.
Perfect tagline. So, Muzaffar, today's topic is something I feel is very relevant because there are a lot of people who are self-employed and working gigs side to side now. Not everybody's on a typical 9 to 5 W2 anymore, right?
Absolutely, from designers to consultants, Uber drivers, YouTube content creators, and many others, the gig economy is simply booming. But there's a lot of confusion around how to report it.
Right, so who exactly qualifies as self-employed in the IRS world?
So anyone who works for himself or does something on the side that does not fall under the traditional employment thing, those people qualify for self-employment program.
So say, for instance, I'm taking up freelance design work on the weekends just to get in some extra cash. That also counts.
Oh, definitely, it does count. Now, how the gig economy works is instead of a generic W-2 that you receive for a salaried person, you receive 1099 NEC and 1099 Ks for payments who are made online. So, for example, you receive money from PayPal, 1099 Ks get generated.
The famous 1099, I feel like it always arrives late, but the IRS always remembers.
Exactly.
Once I have my 1099s in place, what's next?
Right. So once you have the 1099s, now the next thing that comes into picture is Schedule C. Schedule C is where you will report all your incomes and all your expenses related to this business or the gig.
So like a mini profit and loss sheet that you maintain, right?
Definitely, that's exactly right. How this Schedule C works is it tallies all your income on one side, and then whatever your business expenses were, the legitimate ones, they get calculated, and you end up basically lowering your total gig income.
That sounds like a lot of receipts that you have to maintain, right?
It is, but you know what? The more you start early to start retaining receipts or organizing them correctly, the easier it gets. And with our AOTAX CRM, you always have a place to store all your documents in one place, so you don't have to keep looking at them over and over again.
If you don't have an employer who's withholding taxes, how do you actually go about paying it?
That's where it gets tricky. For self-employment people, they have to do their own payments in 4 parts. So IRS accepts payments in 4 eco-spaced parts throughout the year for their taxes.
4 times a year.
Yes. So you can take it like January and then March, then June, then September, somewhere like that.
Makes sense. So freelancers more or less become their own payroll department, right?
They are the payroll, they are the boss, they are the HR, they are everything in one.
Exactly. That's how it is when you're self-employed.
And that's why AOTAX helps out with figuring out the estimated payments so that you don't land up with one big bill in April.
So let's make it practical. What are some of the very common expenses that self-employed workers or gig workers can deduct?
Right, so some of the very common ones are depreciation. You can talk about the phone bills, utilities, or the mileage that you use for your traveling expenses. You can also include internet bills, and you can also add for the tax preparation and filing services, the bill you pay us.
Wait, so I can deduct the bill that I'm paying for filing my own taxes?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It is an expense.
That's what I call a
business expense. Yeah, it is.
Does it change for Indians who are filing in the US?
So if you are earning in US and also have a side income or let's say a gig income in India or a rental income in India, you might have to report that income here as well. And if you've paid taxes in a foreign country, you get a foreign tax credit for it. And if you have, or if you're holding financial accounts outside the US, then obviously the compliance for FR and FATCA is necessary there.
So basically, when you're juggling taxes between two countries, it's better if you get some professional help before you juggle yourself into knots.
Exactly. That's what AOTAX is here for. We are here to simplify things for you and keep everything organized.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the episode. Let's make sure I understood this recap.
Right. So, just a few things to remember. Self employed is anyone who's working independently. Instead of the regular W 2s, he may receive 1099s. He needs to make his own payments in 4 payment periods. Fifth, you have to keep meticulous records of everything you've done in incomes and expenses and report it on Schedule C. Claim or deduct all the legitimate expenses, and for cross border filers, ensure compliance with FR and FATCA.
To everyone listening, whether you're working a full-time side gig or you're freelancing on the weekends, your work deserves clarity and structure, not stress.
Exactly. You don't have to do this all on your own. AOTAX is here to help. And if you ever feel that you are overwhelmed, you don't know how to report a certain thing, you can always reach out to us with the contact details in the description.
In the next episode, we're going to be talking about something secretly everyone dreads, IRS notices. But don't worry, just like everything else, AOTAX is here to simplify it all for us.
Yes, and that's going to be a good one.
Till then, make sure you hit the follow button and the bell icon so you don't miss a beat. Stay tuned. Make sure you catch the next episode of Taxes Simplified with AOTAX. We're going to be discussing IRS notices, what they mean, and how to respond. The episode goes live on December 18th.